Coffee is my favourite thing and the best way to start the day. Hey, I'm Lisa O'Neill and welcome. Welcome to my very first podcast. I'm delighted to have you here at Monday morning meetings with myself. This is something I've been doing a long time. I love it. It starts my day off. It starts my week off. And I hope you're going to love it too. So I've always been obsessed with planning. I love planning. I think it started out as part of my control freak personality and part of my overachieving kind of vibe. I really wanted to stuff a lot into my life. I love a big life. I love a bit of chaos. I enjoy anything big. I'm a maximalist. I was just going to say I'm a bit of a maximalist. I'm a lot of a maximalist. I don't think you can be a bit of a maximalist. So my obsession with planning came from wanting to, basically, I think it was born out of perfectionism. It was born out of not getting things wrong. It was born out of be prepared. I was also a girl guide, so I wanted to be prepared. But anyway, what's happened is over the years, at the ripe old age of 53, I've now perfected my planning so that I have 2 meetings with myself. And this podcast is inviting you to join me to hang out with my Monday morning meeting with myself. So I spend... every Monday morning I sit and just really think about the week ahead. I like to think about, this follows a Friday review. So just so you know, on a Friday, I kind of review the week that's been, and then I look ahead to go, wow, what is happening? Just in case there's things I need to pack or prepare over the weekend, because I do quite a bit of travel for my work. But Monday morning meeting with myself is really about me getting my head in the game and going, right, what is on this week, Lisa? What are your priorities? So I like to have 4 priorities a week. I don't think any of us can really manage any more than that. And some weeks I have a really big work week, and other weeks I have a really big family week. Other weeks I have a little bit of work and a little bit of family. Some weeks I might be helping out a friend, or there's different priorities every week. So instead of having the same priorities every single week of be an amazing mother, be an amazing wife, do the shit, be incredible at work, be organised, make the best meals, be Martha Stewart, have the cleanest house. I'm like, fuck, I can't pull all that off. I just can't pull all that off. So I pretty much pick 4 things. What am I going to focus on? And sometimes that's about me. I'm going to really focus on lifting my nutritional game, or I'm going to really focus on having more space for me, or I'm going to really focus on one of my kids that really needs something from me in that moment. So I like to sort of minimize down into 4 chunks of how am I going to be amazing this week, and only allow yourself 4 opportunities. Only 4. Only 4. I know you're amazing, but just quietly, you can't be amazing at all the things all the time. So part of my planning is actually putting some gates around what I'm going to be amazing at, setting my expectations for myself. So this week I've got a massive week of travel, and I've already packed. So I have already packed all the different things I need. Now I love packing. That's another weird thing I like to do. And I like to prepare outfits. So I'm one of those people that lays everything out on my bed, what I'm going to wear across every single thing. So for example, this week I've got 2 dinners in Auckland where I'm hanging out with colleagues and friends. I've got a masterclass that I'm running. I've got a whole day conference I'm emceeing. There's a lot of different outfits. So Wednesday's going to be a little tricky. Wednesday I think is tricky. I have a healing appointment in the morning, and I'm running a masterclass in the afternoon. Now I'm not sure what outfit can go from having your aura cleansed on a table to looking like you know what you're talking about in a masterclass, but that's my job after I finish my meeting, is to go and find that very outfit that might transcend throughout my day. So I do a lot of packing, do a lot of thinking about what I've got going on. I have a terrible problem with time. I don't believe in it. I find time incredibly tricky. So I tend to write down everywhere I need to be, and I work backwards. So I have a dentist appointment on Monday at 4:00. How long is that going to take me to get to that appointment? What time do I have to leave? It allows me to work backwards. So working backwards is one of my favourite hacks to get myself places. Because I live in Levin, which is a very small town, for those of you who don't know it, I leave home 2.5 minutes before I have to be anywhere. Now, this doesn't work well if I'm working in Auckland, Sydney or Melbourne, and there is traffic and such fuckery. So this week I'm thinking a lot about my daughter. She's got university exams. She's got a really hefty exam, and how can I support her? So I love the idea. I really like to sit in the shoes of the person I'm thinking about. I'm not going to be home when she's completed her exam this afternoon. So I'm going, what can I leave out? A little note, a little treat. What's something I can leave out to go, you're amazing. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You've done all the mahi. You will get the treats. You know, like what is the thing I can do? So I like to do nice things for people. Gift giving and letter writing and note leaving is one of a whole lot of my languages. So it's like, what can I do that's just going to honour, that's really going to honour her? So I'm excited about that. Once I've done all of my packing, I'm then going, what do I need to prepare? So I've got an MC, a conference. I need to make sure I've got all my notes organised. Like, what is that about? Whew. Being organised. I love a good clear file. I like a clear file of organisation. So sitting down and being clear about that. I also check my calendar, make sure that everything is in my calendar. And my calendar, I like to have alarms set. So literally an alarm goes off and go, you need to be somewhere in 15 minutes. If those alarms don't go off, I just keep talking. I just keep enjoying. I keep playing with whoever is right in front of my face at the time. So I think that alarms are probably one of my favourite parts of my life. I'm also running a course this week, so there's a lot to organise for that. So it's like, where can I find pockets? I love the idea of pockets of perfect. So pockets for me are an hour on the plane. I work incredibly well on planes. If you've ever seen me on a plane, I will have my head down and my ass up, just squirreling away, because it's a space where I am limited. I don't like to be limited, but I enjoy the fact that I can't go anywhere, I can't get up, I can't wander around. The worst thing anyone ever did for me was put Wi-Fi on international flights, because now I buy shit while I'm flying instead of working. So I've got a couple of pockets. I have 2 plane rides this week, which is going to give me 2 hours of really good content creation. So I'm looking forward to stepping into those, which is going to be good. Then I've got an interview. I need to think about the person that I'm being interviewed by and the sorts of things they're going to want from me. So I think just having a little bit of thought about where you're going to be, what's expected of you, and how do you want to show up. So how do you want to show up? I think we're always in charge of that. And I love the idea of being in charge of how I turn up. So how do I want to turn up to an interview? You know, do I want to be a bossy know-it-all? Do I want to be chill? Do I want to, I don't know. I've got to think about that interview and what I need to do. Then I've got dinner with friends. I'm excited about that. So having friends over for dinner is, I love to cook. But to take the stress out of that, I've already ordered my food. So I'm a bit of an organic food slut. I do love organics, and I think I'm a temple and I deserve all of the good stuff. So I've already ordered some beautiful organic lamb. I've already planned what I'm going to cook. So I'm not running around in a flap, and I know that the lamb's going to be delivered on Wednesday, and I do love delivered groceries. So my lamb's going to be delivered, and then I'm going to cook this beautiful meal for my gorgeous friends and just really honour them. I think one of the biggest problems when people entertain is they get too stressed to enjoy. So I do a lot of prep and planning, and then I just let whatever happens from there. So that's what's going on for me this week. It's a very big week filled with all kinds of stuff. I love a big week. So the idea of I've got 3 major events. I've got 2 flights. I've got 3 dinners, a healing appointment and a dentist appointment. Oh my God. I also need to think about what needs to happen in my absence. So what do my children need from me? What does my team need from me? What does everyone need from me when I'm not around? So getting organised ahead of time, which is why I love my Monday meetings with myself. So I want you to sit, have a meeting, think about what you're going to do, who you're going to do, and how are you going to do it? How do you want to be? Like, how do you want to be this week? What have you got to do? What do you want to do? And what do you need to do? So there are 3 frames I find really useful, because there's things that you have to do. Like, I have to get on a plane on Monday afternoon. There's things I want to do, which is have a really beautiful dinner at the end of the week with 2 of my favourite friends, right? And then there's the stuff that you really need to do. I got to flea the dog, for God's sake. Hang on, I've got to write that down. I haven't written that down. Flea Max. I have to flea Max. I have to go, and I've run out of the little flea things, you know. So I've got to go and buy the flea things. So it's like all of those things are really important. Now, if you can keep on top of that while also maintaining some kind of theory about how you want to be. How do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? Now, I write all this in my big fat planner. This is why I created my planner, so I've got somewhere that I can sit and consider. So my 4 focuses, what's happening every day. I love the week view page because I can see my whole week. I can look at each day and I think, fuck, Wednesday's going to be chaos. Chaos. So if Wednesday's going to be chaos, I go, I need to be in bed early on Tuesday. I need to make sure I have breakfast on Wednesday. I need to make sure I drink enough water on Tuesday so I'm not a dried out grumpy bitch, right? All those things matter. All those things matter. Everything matters and nothing matters. I love sitting in the contrast of those 2 ideas. So everything matters. And actually nothing matters at all, because if I miss my plane, I don't turn up. I don't cook dinner. I don't get to the dentist. My aura doesn't get healed. Do you know what? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I won't be quite as good as I would have been had everything go to plan. But I love the idea that regardless, I'll be fine. You'll be fine too. So happy Monday morning meeting with yourself. Go write some shit down. Go write some stuff down. Have a coffee. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.